everybody, it's the Fat Man and Aging Tech Support, brought here today by Super 8. And today we are going to talk about one of the travesties that has hit mankind, known as the revolt at Manor Farm. So first we are going to talk about the animals revolting against their owner. Would you like to enlighten us about this?
Basically, the animals wanted to revolt against their owner because their owner was mistreating them. They were underfed, they weren't taken care of as they should have been. So basically, the animals were just done with this, they wanted to revolt, and they wanted to take the farm back and have justice.
Yes, or that's what it says in the scriptures that we have found at the animal farm, formerly named Manor Farm, or now named Manor Farm is. There have been pieces of paper written upon by the animals, mainly their head honcho, so to say, named Major. It is suspected that he died before any of the revolting happened. After the revolt, they destroyed any trace of humanity within the farm, and the pigs, as it seemed, were the ones to take control. Anything you have to say about this?
Well, apparently the pigs took control of the farm because they thought they were the one and only, the supreme group that they could rule the farm. And the cause of this is that the other animals were just dumb. Now, they couldn't, like, let's say Boxer, for example, he couldn't memorize the first 4 letters of the alphabet at all without forgetting them and having to re-study them and go over them again. But the pigs, however, they were supreme. They knew how to control the other animals.
Yes, it does seem that way. Although there seems to have been 2 pigs who were the heads of the organization, namely Snowball and Napoleon. Now, Snowball, it seems, was the more just of the 2, more sound and more willing to cooperate with the animals and making compromises. Napoleon seemed as though he was a dictator like him. And soon after they claimed the farm, the pigs renamed Manor Farm into Animal Farm and created the 7 commandments of what we seem to believe animalism, as they call it. But we have not found any traces of what those commandments were. And the owner of Manor Farm tried to fight back against the animals.
He was sort of a dictator-like person. The animals got together and overthrew him and formed Animal Farm as we know it.
Yes, and taking it back, a pig named Snowball was the one to deal out the final blow against Jones and drive everyone back from the farm. It seems as though Jones and his men were scared of the animals for some reason, and maybe good reason it was, since they didn't have the horse you said before, Boxer. And Boxer was a massive horse. He was the backbone of that farm.
Because of Boxer, they were able to build the windmill, which we found many traces of. We found hints of gunpowder all over the place, and we found lots and lots of chipped off broken stone all over the place, which now it leads us to the building of a windmill.
Yes, but before that, you must remember, Snowball was either killed or somehow otherwise erased from the farm, and the second in command, or as they both were most likely the second in command, took power. Napoleon it was, and he started trading with us humans soon after, and it's odd considering the animals revolted against us. What did you say?
Now this is just irony, you get what I mean? As Aaron said before, the animals trading with humans, just the complete irony, like you just get it. Like they first revolted against Mr. Jones, and now they're trading with the humans once mistreated them.
That is
Anything else?
correct. And soon after, Napoleon, it seems, launched the building of a windmill for whatever reason it was, as you said before. And there's evidence to believe that it was taken down twice in the time of its construction. And there is reason to suspect that both times could have possibly been due to use of explosives on the windmill. And it could have very well come from neighboring farms which wanted to erase the whole of Animal Farm.
Alright, so with the windmill, the construction of the windmill, animals had no specific way of advancing due to the fact that the animals did most of the work creating the windmill and it was destroyed once. So the work wasn't really significant when it came to a finish. Many animals became casualties when the work was
Well, it could have very well been, and it does seem that if the focus was put on the windmill, building it twice, that their food supply could have been rendered smaller
right.
as a result. And if this is so, it means that famine and disease could have run amok against all of the animals that were living at the farm at that time.
That is correct.
It seems as though there was another human in the mix known as Mr. Whimper. And he was the one that Napoleon, the pig, traded everything through. And it may have very well been that Mr. Whimper gave Napoleon alcohol or money, since we did find trace. We have spoken with Napoleon, and there were bottles of alcohol everywhere. And the money, how they got the money for it is not known. But in all of these notes that were taken down by some of the more intelligent of the animals, it seems that Boxer had disappeared one day after a tragedy of overwork. And it could have been that he was sold to some sort of company, and in return Napoleon made a profit. And this could have been very well what happened, and may have destroyed the will of the animals to revolt against Napoleon. Since it seems that Animal Farm has been renamed to Manor Farm.
So this process is kind of like a boomerang. You throw it around, it hits your target, and then it comes right back to you. Now that target was Animal Farm, but once they hit the target, it came right back to Manor Farm. Is that correct, Aaron?
Oh, it seems like a nice analogy there.
Thank you.
And Napoleon and the other pigs on the farm seem to have taken the position of humans, and the animals once again became animals for the pigs. And all we can see now on the side of their barn was all the animals are equal, but some are more equal. And this raises some questions on what has been.
It's comical, and it's saying some animals are equal, some are more equal than the equal. It doesn't make any sense. So that's why it's just comical for that reason. Don't you agree?
I would agree there, but definitely, if this is what happened, what we discussed here today, the rise of Animal Farm, the fall, and the tragedies in between. Manor Farm, which is run by Napoleon, the pig, human, what could we say now? Since he has displayed many human-like qualities, it raises some red flags for what the animals are to do next on that farm, since there has not seemed to be any more action taken by any of the animals. And the windmills have been rebuilt, but without the help of their strongest worker, Boxer.
So if Boxer was usually referred to as 3 times stronger because of his motivation his will to build the windmill. Haha. So if he was actually become 3 times stronger, then wouldn't that destroy the animals, like their workforce by 3 times? Is that correct?
No, it could have been very well. He was stronger than any 3 animals that there were on that farm. So say there was another horse on that farm, and he was. Horses are probably the strongest animals to work on the farm, but it could be very well said that he was 3 times stronger than that horse, meaning that he was just a very big asset.
That is correct. Now, was there any other horse at the farm? Any other trace of horses?
We have not found anything as of yet. It has been 4 years since the renamed Manor Farm, and we have not found any traces since animals and humans are still at a disagreement, especially on that farm. And if any human tries to go snooping around, it seems as though they are very uncompelled to go back for some reason.
Now, this may seem like some sort of paranormal activity, but I don't think it's any of that sort. Now, many theories suggest that this was just a sudden uprising in the animals' minds, or maybe just some unusual area on Earth where this stuff happens. Now, on this Earth, we've seen many unusual things, as you all know.
But remember, this was done in Europe. These were European animals. We have not seen anything like that in the animals of America or any other continent. And this was all started by the old pig major, which we have not been able to find remains of, which it could be said that he was consumed as animals normally are, especially pigs. And the waste products, such as bones, internal organs, disposed of before the uprising happened. So we could not find any trace.
Now, if your theory is before the uprising, Major died. Major most likely did die before the uprising. The first uprising, actually. Because there were multiple uprisings. We found lots of evidence. The gunpowder was aged at... How many years was it before the third revolt happened? The second revolt, when the windmill was...
Well, was no revolt against from the animal. It was the humans discontent with the fact that animals were prospering without their aid, and they tried to take it back. And it was like, and as I said, it's 4 years since the final act. Napoleon seizing power and changing the name to Manor Farm. And from the documents that we found, it was a couple months before that.
Right, so this proves that there were several uprisings within Animal Farm, and many of the humans that went there to attack retreated and had a very discontent feeling in their hearts, and they never wanted to go back there again.
Well, they were driven off by the animals because of their raw strength compared to humans. But I believe that's all the time we have for today with the Indian Export and the Fat Man. Thank you for watching and listening to our little discussing of this event. And I will see you all next time. Adios.